Today we start with the new topic, dimensions of physical quantities, formulae and equations. Important and the last part of this chapter. We refer the description over here. Dimensions of physical quantities. All the physical quantities represented by derived units can be expressed in terms of combination of base quantities. We shall call these base quantities as 7 dimensions of the physical world. 7 dimensions of physical world, which are denoted by square brackets shown here. Just a minute. These are the square brackets like this. In the square brackets we have to represent the base quantities, that is derived units in terms of base quantities, that is fundamental physical quantities. Square bracket has been tick marked. The dimensions of a physical quantity are the powers. Powers means exponents to which the base quantities are raised to represent that quantity. Now the equation written in square bracket in terms of base quantities is known as dimensional equation. Now we consider one example over here and we understand what is meant by dimensions of physical quantity. Here we take one by one examples given over here. Say first one is volume. Now volume equal to, general formula of volume is length into breadth into height. So all three can be represented in terms of length, that is shown by capital L in square brackets 3 times, which is equal to capital L raised to 3, which is the dimensional formula. Now here volume is independent of mass and time. It is independent of mass and time means it does not depend on those two quantities. So in the dimensional formula it will be m raised to 0, t raised to 0. So the full formula of dimensions is m0, L3, T0, which is not shown here. M0, L3, T0. Hence we can say that what is the dimension of mass? It will be 0. 0 is the dimension of mass. 0 is the dimension of time. And the dimension of length is 3. Next example of force. Force equal to mass into acceleration. Now for acceleration we take up length upon time square, because acceleration equal to velocity upon time, which is not given here. You can write it down besides, note it down. Acceleration equal to velocity upon time. Velocity can be represented in terms of L upon t and again time, so t into t, that is t square, which will be equal to L upon t square. So it will be equal to L1 t minus 2. The complete dimensional formula will be m1 L1 t minus 2. Here power 1 is not written, you should write m raised to 1 L raised to 1 t raised to minus 2 in square bracket. MLT, always all capital letters have to be written. So here dimension of mass and length is 1 while that of time is minus 2. Minus 2 is the dimension in time. Now next one, velocity, which we had taken in the previous example also of force. Here if velocity is represented in different ways, say change in velocity, initial velocity, average velocity, final velocity, or speed. Speed word is used if direction of the object is not specified, but the dimensions of speed and velocity remain same. So in all these aspects the dimensional formula remains same, that is velocity equal to distance upon time, or speed equal to distance upon time, and velocity equal to displacement upon time, which is equal to length upon time equal to L1 t minus 1. So the complete dimensional formula will be equal to m0 L1 t minus 1, which is not indicated here. You can note it down. Again I repeat, m0 L1 t minus 1 when you want to write the full dimensional formula, which will indicate the dimension of each and every physical quantity. Here the main thing to be noted is that 0 is the dimension in mass. m0 L1 t minus 1. Now next topic, dimensional formulae and dimensional equations. The expression which shows how and which the base quantities represent the dimensions is called the dimensional formula of that physical quantity. How and which the base quantities represent the dimensions. Say here also same examples are considered which we have seen previously, and complete dimensional formula is written here, which I narrated you previously in terms of m, l and t. First one is the volume, second one is of speed or velocity, then third one is of acceleration, and fourth one is of mass density. Now that we take up mass density. Simply density we don't write because density is, again charge density will also arise in standard 12th. So here mass density word is indicated. Simply density word is written, you have to automatically consider it as mass density. Density equal to mass upon volume, that is rho equal to capital M upon capital V, equal to for mass m upon m raised to 1, that is m upon L cube, which is equal to m raised to 1. 1 is not indicated here, you should write it m raised to 1 L raised to minus 3 t raised to 0. Next point, an equation which is obtained by equating physical quantity with its dimensional formula. Equating physical quantity with its dimensional formula is known as dimensional equation. Is known as dimensional equation. We refer the examples given here. in short, the dimensional equations are the equations which represent the dimensions of a physical quantity in terms of base quantities. Again I repeat, if you are asked what is dimensional equation, you should write it like this: the equations representing the dimensions of a physical quantity in terms of base quantities are known as dimensional equations. Here also same examples are given. First one is which we have referred previously. First one is capital V, which is volume, small v, which is velocity, third one force, and the last one density, denoted by rho. Next one, the dimensional equation can be obtained from the equation representing the relations between the physical quantities, Now next topic, that is of dimensional analysis and its applications. Now what is dimensional analysis? You can note it down, not given here. The method of obtaining these solutions to some several problems in physics, making use of dimensional formulae, is known as dimensional analysis. We refer the description over here. Only those physical quantities can be added or subtracted which have the same dimensions. Means you can add only those quantities or subtract those quantities which have the same dimensions, that is same units. Say centimeter plus centimeter, centimeter plus meter cannot be added or subtracted. Next one, physical quantities represented by symbols on both sides of a mathematical equation must have the same dimensions because of the above reason. Now next topic, that you are checking the dimensional consistency of equations. This is one of the uses of dimensional analysis. We understand this. With the help of example given over here. The principle of homogeneity of dimensions in an equation is useful in checking the correctness of an equation. Checking the correctness of given physical equation. If the dimensions of all the terms are not the same, then we can say that the equation is wrong. The dimensional consistency does not guarantee correct equations. It may be false equation also. this method analysis fails for trigonometric, logarithmic, exponential, all such functions because they are dimensionless. Say for example angle. Angle equal to arc upon radius, that is, it is the ratio, length upon length. Similarly refractive index, it is the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to that in a particular medium, so which again has no dimensions. Hence such physical quantities which are ratios are dimensionless. That is, equation will be m0 l0 t0, and this method of dimension analysis will fail in such cases. Now we check up dimensional consistency, which is again also known as homogeneity of the equation. One example is given. We check this equation whether it is dimensionally consistent or not. Say x equal to x0 plus v0t plus 1/2 at square. Here what do the symbols stand for? x0 means initial position of the particle. X means final position of the particle, that is distance travelled by the particle. V0 stands for initial velocity and A stands for acceleration, while T stands for time. Now considering LHS on R and RHS on both the sides, we find out the dimensional equation. First for LHS, that is, the term is x only. So x equal to capital L only in terms of L raised to 1. Now x0. x0 again, it is representing the position, which is the initial position, which is again represented by L raised to 1. Now second term on RHS. x0 was the first term. Second term v0 into t. v0 dimensional formula of initial velocity means simply velocity is L1 t minus 1 into small t means capital T raised to 1. Now on simplifying, L raised to 1, now t raised to minus 1 plus 1, that is equal to 0. T raised to 0 means anything raised to 0 is 1, hence it will be equal to L raised to 1. Now third term, that is the last term on RHS, which is equal to 1/2 at square, equal to 1/2 is a number, so it does not possess any dimensions, not taken into consideration. A equal to velocity upon time, that is L1 t minus 2 represented in square brackets, and t square, small t square equal to capital T raised to 2. Now on simplifying, L raised to 1, now t raised to minus 2 plus t square, that is minus 2 plus 2, which is equal to 0, so equal to 1. So here again equal to L raised to 1. Now you add all those three terms one by one, that is L raised to 1 plus L raised to 1 plus L raised to 1. Because all the three terms are having same dimensions, they can be added together, or in the case of subtraction example, they can be subtracted also. Here addition is there. Hence this implies that the dimensions of LHS, which is equal to L raised to 1, equal to dimensions on RHS, which is again equal to L raised to 1, implies m raised to 0, L raised to 1, t raised to 0 equal to m raised to 0, L raised to 1, t raised to 0. Hence the given equation is dimensionally correct equation. Dimensionally correct equation which has been tick marked. Now conclusion of this. Here it is given, a dimensionally correct equation need not be actually an exact equation, that is correct equation, but a dimensionally wrong means incorrect, or inconsistent equation must be wrong always. In short, you can remember like this, that an inconsistent equation must be wrong always. We now deal with the illustrated examples. Example 2.15. Let us consider an equation 1/2 mv square equal to mgh, where m is the mass of the body, v its velocity, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h is the height. Check whether this equation is dimensionally correct. Here same method has to be applied. We have to calculate dimensions of LHS and RHS in terms of dimensional formula we have to write. Dimensions of LHS, that is, we have to find the dimensional equation of 1/2 mv square, 1/2 not considered. Therefore, for LHS we have to write small m means capital M raised to 1, v square means L1 t minus 1 the whole square, equal to RHS term for m raised to 1, for g means acceleration means L1 t minus 2. Here steps are eliminated. You should write for g L1 t minus 2, and for h again L raised to 1. So simplification turns out to be equal to m raised to 1 L2 instead of L1, that is power 1 plus 1 added, which is equal to L2 t raised to minus 2. Now again on simplification, which is equal to m raised to 1 L2 t minus 2. Equation number 1, which has been indicated. Now dimensions of RHS will be equal to, which we have seen in dimensions of RHS. So LHS dimension equal to RHS dimension. Here LHS dimensions of m and v, which were indicated in the first equation. On simplifying L1 t minus 1 the whole square, that leads to L2 t minus 2 in the second term, which is equal to m1 L2 t minus 2, indicated as equation number 1. And in RHS, m into g into h, that is m then g L1 t minus 2, which I had already narrated, into L1, which is equal to m1 L2 t minus 2 equal to m1 L2 t minus 2, equation number 2. Hence LHS equal to RHS implies the equation is dimensionally correct. Now next example. Example 2.16. The previous example can be asked for 2 or 3 marks. Here example 2.16, 3 marks. Here 5 sub questions are given, any 3 can be asked. The SI unit of energy is joule, that is denoted by capital J, equal to kilogram meter square second raised to minus 2. That of speed V is meter per second, and of acceleration A is meter per second square. Which of the formulae for kinetic energy K given below can you rule out on the basis of dimensional arguments? M stands for the mass of the body. Say first one we consider K equal to m square V cube. K equal to m square V cube. Now dimensional formula of K, that is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy will be the dimensional formula of work, because energy is the capacity to do work, and work equal to force into displacement. So force is m1 L1 T minus 2 into displacement or distance is equal to L raised to 1. So simplification will be equal to K equal to force m1 L1 T minus 2, which will be into L1 equal to m raised to 1 L raised to 2 T raised to minus 2 for K. Now RHS, which has been underlined here, m square means it will be m2, V cube means it will be L1 T minus 1 whole cube, on simplifying will be L3 T minus 3. Now second equation is K equal to 1/2 mv square. First we calculate the dimensional formulae of the above equations. LHS remains the same, which is equal to m2 L2 T minus 2, and then we come to the conclusion. Second one, B part, is K equal to 1/2 mv square. Now 1/2 is a number not taken into consideration. M means m raised to 1. Again V square means L2 T minus 2. Similarly, for C, K equal to MA, it will be equal to m raised to 1 L raised to 1 T raised to minus 2, because for acceleration it will be L1 T minus 2. Now D part, that is K equal to 3/16 mv square. 3/16 is a number, has to be eliminated. Mv square means m raised to 1 L raised to V square L1 T minus 1 the whole square, which is equal to L2 T minus 2 m1 L2 T minus 2, which has been underlined here. Last one, that is K equal to 1/2 mv square plus ma. 1/2 mv square plus ma. Here 1/2 mv square is a number, has to be eliminated. Mv square, again it will be m raised to 1 L1 T minus 2 L2 T minus 2 m1 L2 T minus 2, because for velocity, now here mv square plus ma, it can, dimensional formula cannot be added, because one is velocity and the other one is acceleration. This has to be taken note of. In the last equation, that is for E part, K equal to 1/2 mv square plus ma, no need to calculate the dimensional formula, because it is not of same dimensions. Hence we conclude the answer as, now here it is asked, which of the formulae can you rule out? So the answer is the E has no proper dimensions. Here it's written, E has no proper dimensions. since two quantities of different dimensions have been added. So, the final answer, equation A, C and E. A, C and E are ruled out. A, C and E are ruled out. While that for B and D, the dimensional formula on LHS and RHS remains same. They have to be considered. 1 half mv square in B part, k equal to 1 half mv square, and in D part it is 3 upon 16 mv square. So, in both the cases it will be equal to, the dimensional formulae will be same, that is equal to m1 L2 T minus 2, sorry, m1 L2 T minus 2. mv square means mass m raised to 1, v2 means L2 T minus 2. And only out of B and D, B is the correct formula of kinetic energy. Even though D dimensionally it is correct, but the formula of kinetic energy is not correct. So, which we have seen previously from the rule, and this justifies that rule, that wrong equation, even though the equation is dimensionally correct, it can be wrong physically. Next topic, deducing relation among the physical quantities. This is another use of dimensional analysis, that is to deduce relation among the physical quantities. But we should know the dependence on other physical quantities, and that is limited only up to 3 physical quantities. The physical quantity should depend only on 3 other physical quantities, that is linearly independent, that is it should be as a product type dependence. That is also important. It should be as a product type dependence. Say for example, here we consider illustrated example 2.17, which can be asked for 3 marks. Important. Consider a simple pendulum having a bob attached to a string that oscillates under the action of the force of gravity. Suppose that the period of oscillation of the simple pendulum depends on its length L, mass of the bob m, and acceleration due to gravity g. Derive the expression for its time period using method of dimensions. Solution we refer. Here periodic time capital T depends on the physical quantities L, G and M. L stands for length of the pendulum, total length of the pendulum, G gravitational acceleration, and M mass of the bob. Now, as T depends on those 3 quantities only, the rule can be valid. Above rule can be valid. Therefore, capital T equal to K proportionality constant, L raised to X, G raised to Y, M raised to Z. In orders we have written L, G, M. If you change the order G, M, L, then accordingly X, Y, Z has to be written, or ABC, small ABC letters can be written. Now here X, Y and Z, this parameter is important. X, Y and Z, which are the powers, they belong to set of real numbers, belong to capital R. X, Y, Z belong to capital R, which has to be calculated using dimensional formulae on both the sides of the equation. Both the sides of equation 1 which has been indicated. First we find out the LHS dimension and then RHS dimensions. On LHS only one term, capital T equal to L raised to 0, M raised to 0, T raised to 1. It is written here. LHS I have indicated. Now we consider RHS. K is dimensionless constant because it is proportionality constant. It does not possess any unit. So M0, L0, T0 not taken into consideration. Equal to first term L raised to X means L raised to 1 whole raised to X. Then G L1 T minus 2 whole raised to Y. M means M raised to 1 whole raised to Z. Now on simplifying we get L1 and L1 which has been tick marked, underlined here, which has been underlined, which is equal to L raised to powers are added X plus Y, T raised to minus 2Y, M raised to Z, indicated as equation 2. Now on equating the dimensions on both the sides, that is LHS and RHS, we get X plus Y equal to 0, minus 2Y equal to 1 and Z equal to 0. First of all, it is very simple. We compare the exponent of Z, we directly get the answer Z equal to 0. Here order has been slightly changed. We can write Z equal to 0, which I have tick marked. Then you will calculate the value of Y first, because minus 2Y equal to 1, therefore Y equal to minus 1 by 2, which has been double tick marked. And lastly you will calculate the value of X. So X plus Y equal to 0 implies X equal to minus Y implies X equal to 1 by 2, which has been tick marked thrice. Hence we have found out the values of X, Y and Z indicated as equation number 3. Now substituting those values in equation 1, therefore we get capital T equal to K L raised to 1 by 2 G raised to minus 1 by 2, equation number 4. Of which the simplified form can be written as capital T equal to K whole under root L upon G, equation number 5, which is the final answer. Still we can substitute for value of K. Value of K, which is constant, cannot be obtained by the method of dimensions. Actually K equal to 2 pi, which is determined from experiments, I have written over here, so that we can write capital T equal to 2 pi whole under root L upon G, which is the most simplified form, equation 6. Now conclusion of dimensional analysis. This is one of the limitations, rather second limitation. First limitation of dimensional analysis we have seen that not valid for trigonometric, exponential and logarithmic functions. Second limitation is dimensional constants cannot be obtained by this method. Here in this example of capital T, we have seen that K is dimensionless. The method of dimensions can only test the dimensional validity, but not the exact relationship, It does not distinguish between the physical quantity having same dimensions. We cannot get idea of physical quantities which have same dimensions. And that finishes this chapter. Just a minute. Now I dictate you few theoretical questions which you write down in your notebook. Get ready. Question number 1. Mention the different systems of units for measurement used in earlier time, comma, in abbreviated forms, comma, writing the respective units of the physical quantities. Question number, this is of 2 marks. Each of 2 marks I give you. Question number 2. Explain the parallax method for measurement of large distances with the help of a figure and obtain the necessary formula. Question number 3. What is an error? Question mark. In the same question continue. Mention its 2 main types. Full point. In the same continue. Also mention any 2 sources of the error which tend to be in one direction only. Question number 4. State the uses of dimensional analysis. Now the answer of this question has not been given properly in the description which we have seen, so I dictate the answer. Write it down. Uses of dimensional analysis. There are 3 uses. First one, to obtain the relation between the units of some physical quantity in 2 different systems of units. This has not been given in the description. Say for example, from example it will be more clear. Newton and Dyne we consider. These are the 2 units, different units in different unit systems, Newton in MKS and Dyne in CGS. Now both the units are of the same physical quantity, that is force, and from the, by using the method of dimensional analysis we can establish the relation between those two units, that turns out equal to be equal to 1 Newton equal to 10 raised to 5 dyne. That is 1 capital N equal to 10 raised to 5 dyn, which is the symbol of dyne. If we go from CGS system to MKS system, it will be equal to, that is 1 dyne equal to 10 raised to minus 5 Newton, because from smaller to larger unit. Similarly, joule and erg both are the units of work. That is 1 joule equal to 10 raised to 7 erg. Symbolically, 1 J capital equal to 10 raised to 7 ERG, all small letters, no full point at the end of erg. Second use, to check the dimensional consistency of an equation connecting different physical quantities. To check dimensional consistency, which we have already seen. Third one and the last one, to derive an equation for a physical quantity in terms of other related physical quantities, which we have seen lastly. Capital T equal to 2 pi whole under root L upon G. So next question, that's question number 5 and the last one. State the limitations of dimensional analysis. Uses we have seen, now limitations. This answer also has not been given properly in the description, which I dictate you. Write down limitations of dimensional analysis. There are 4 points. First point, in any dimensional formula containing capital M, capital L and capital T, we get at the most 3 equations, which we have seen in capital T equal to 2 pi whole under root L upon G. We can equate only 3 equations, because physical quantity depends only on other 3 physical quantities, then only the method is valid, not otherwise. Hence, this method cannot be used to derive the exact form of a physical relation if it depends upon more than 3 other physical quantities. Second point, information about dimensionless constant cannot be obtained. Again I repeat, information about dimensionless constant cannot be obtained. Say for example, in the formula which we have derived, capital T equal to K whole under root L upon G, the value of K equal to 2 pi can be obtained only with the help of experiments. Third point, this method fails for trigonometric, exponential and logarithmic functions. For example, sin omega t, it's a trigonometric function. E raised to minus kx, it is an exponential function. Here omega t and kx are dimensionless respectively. Fourth one and the last one. All the limitations, second, third, we have seen in the description, but written seen at different times in different paragraphs. Last point, fourth, this method fails if the proportionality constant is not dimensionless. Not dimensionless means it possesses unit. Say for example, capital F equal to capital G m1 m2 upon r square, m1 m2 small letters, r square small letters, r small letter. Here capital G, this is the equation for gravitational force which we have seen in chapter 1, which I had discussed, that is physical world. Here capital G is proportionality constant known as universal gravitational constant. It has unit Newton meter square upon kg square, that is capital N small m square kg raised to minus 2, because G equal to Fr square upon m1 m2, and hence such equations cannot be obtained by dimensional analysis. The first one and the last one, that is point number 1 and point number 4, has not been given clearly in the description. So the answer to this question is over, and all questions also over. Now apart from this, I give you a chart table of dimensional formulae of some physical quantities along with their SI units. Just wait for some time. Now here is the chart which will act as ready reckoner. We just go through this. Say in the first column physical quantities are given, and in the next column formula of those quantities are given, how it is related with other physical quantities, and in the next column dimensional formula, and the last column SI unit. First three are the fundamental physical quantities which we already know. We go ahead. Then plane angle and solid angle, that also m0, l0, t0. We go ahead. Units we have already seen, that is radian rad and steradian sr, both small letters. Area we are familiar, volume we are familiar, density we are familiar with. Now velocity we are familiar, velocity, acceleration and force. How you can remember this? It comes in order: velocity and acceleration and force. Say for velocity L1t minus 1, then again 1 power more in time, that is L1t minus 2, and in force mass power more. So it will be m1 L1 t minus 2. This is how you remember L1 t minus 1 velocity, L1 t minus 2 acceleration, because acceleration velocity upon time, and force m1 L1 t minus 2. You simply consider m1 in the case of acceleration, it will become force, because force depends on acceleration and acceleration in turn depends on velocity. The order goes from bottom to top. These are the SI units: meter per second square, that is ms raised to minus 1, ms raised to minus 2. And for force, it's important in fundamental form for mass kg, for L1 small m, t raised to minus 2, s raised to minus 2. If you know the units, dimensional formula, it will be easier to write, or you write the dimensional formula from the main formula. That is how the physical quantity is related with other physical quantities. That is the derived one, is related with other physical quantities. So here kg m s raised to minus 2, which is equal to Newton, which is again the unit after the name of the scientist, Newton. But we have seen in the rules previously that when spelling is written, it has to be written as small n only in Newton, while symbolically it is represented always by capital N, and hence the equivalent form of Newton or the unit of force in fundamental form. Fundamental form means always in kilogram, meter and second. So it will be kg m s raised to minus 2. Then for work equal to force into distance, which is equal to 1 power more from force of L, because force into distance. So m1 L2 t minus 2. Instead of L1 in the force, it will become L2. That is the only change. And the fundamental unit will be equal to, which is not given here, I have written with pencil, kg m square s raised to minus 2 kilogram meter square upon second square, which is equivalent to joule, spelling small j, while symbolically represented as capital J, indicated in bracket over here. Now next one, that is power. Power equal to work upon time. That is the formula, P equal to W upon small t. So this will be equal to work formula upon time. So there will be change in T power only of work formula. That is equal to m1 L2 t minus 3, because 1 power more in the denominator. Its SI unit watt, spelling small w, symbolically written in bracket as capital letter, which again whose equivalent form is joule per second, because for work it is joule and time it is second. Derived SI unit of power is asked, you have to write J, capital J upon small s, joule per second, which is equivalent to watt. If derived unit is asked, you should write J capital by small s. Next one, kinetic energy, potential energy, heat energy, etc. means any kind of energy. It is same as the unit of work, and hence the dimensional formula remains the same as that of work. Momentum again, mass into velocity, small p equal to small m small v, which is equal to, in velocity formula you simply add the power of mass, that is m raised to 1, so it will be m1 l1 t minus 1, and the SI unit will be kg meter per second in fundamental form. Again, this can be written as Newton into second, that is capital N small s, keeping some gap in between capital N and small s. Pressure equal to force upon area, P, capital P equal to capital F upon capital A, and which will be equal to m1 L minus 1 T minus 2 on simplification. Here the unit is Newton upon meter square, capital N small m raised to minus 2. Apart from this, this is equivalent to Pascal, which we have seen in previously, that is symbolized as capital P small a. Here small a has been not shown, only P is there. Capital P small a, that is Pascal. Periodic time, which is simple, capital T raised to 1 second, and the last one is frequency. Frequency means small f equal to 1 upon capital T, so m0 L0 T minus 1. Now two units are there, second inverse means 1 upon s, and Hertz, its equivalent form is Hertz after the name of the scientist, denoted by Hz symbolically. If derived unit of frequency is asked, you should write second inverse only. Now this chart is over. We have considered the physical quantities which we have studied up till now in chapter number 2 and 1. Rest of the quantities we shall not see at present. Now we deal with the exercise of this chapter. Now, example 2.1, A part, fill in the blank. The volume of a cube of side 1 centimeter is equal to dash meter cube. We refer the solution and then finally fill up the blank. V equal to LBH, that is the general formula which is not written here. So that will be equal to 1 centimeter means 1 into 1 into 1 all centimeter, so which is equal to 1 centimeter cube. Now we convert this into meter. We know that 1 cm equal to 10 raised to minus 2 m. Therefore this is equal to 10 raised to minus 2 meter the whole cube, which is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 meter cube, which has been tick marked as the answer. B part, the surface area of a solid cylinder of radius 2 cm and height 10 cm is equal to dash millimeter square. Now here in the data it is given that radius 2 cm, means small r equal to 2 centimeter equal to 2 into 10 raised to 1 millimeter, because 1 centimeter equal to 10 millimeter. H equal to 10 centimeter, which is equal to 10 into 10 raised to 1 millimeter. Now total surface area of cylinder formula is capital A equal to 2 pi r into r plus h bracket. Bracket is important. Then only you will get the correct answer, which is equal to 2 into substituting the value of pi and substituting the values of r and h from above, we get on simplifying, which is equal to 15072 millimeter square. Now we place decimal in this digit, which will be better. Generally the rule is to place the decimal after the first digit. So this is equal to 1.5 into 10 raised to 4 millimeter square, which is the answer which has been tick marked. C part. A vehicle moving with a speed of 18 km per hour covers dash meter in 1 second. Covers dash meter in 1 second. We refer its solution. V equal to 18 km per hour, which is equal to 18 into 1000, because 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter here written, and 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. So upon 3600, which on simplifying will be equal to 5 meter per second. You can remember this by heart. 18 will be converted always into 5 meter per second, from kilometer per hour to meter per second. Now formula, general formula of distance is velocity into times. Here the vehicle is moving along x direction. Say for x, small x equal to small vt. Substituting the values of velocity and time, that is 5 and 1 respectively. Why? Because in 1 second it is asked. That is why. X equal to 5 meter, which is the final answer. Now D part. The relative density of lead is 11.3. Its density is dash gram per centimeter cube or dash kilogram per meter cube. Sorry, or kilogram meter cube. Meter raised to minus 3. Sorry, it is per meter cube. Here misprint is there. Kg, it has to be m raised to minus 3. Now formula of relative density equal to density of lead upon density of water from the definition of relative density. Therefore we have to find out density of lead, so made as the subject of the equation, cross multiplying, which is equal to relative density of lead into density of water. Value of relative density of lead has been given 11.3 and value of density of water is 1, which has been indicated in bracket, 1 gram per centimeter cube in CGS system, which is equal to 11.3 gram per centimeter cube. Now we convert, which is answer number 1 in for first fill in the blank. Now we convert this into kilogram upon meter cube, which is equal to 11.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg, because 1 gram equal to 10 raised to minus 3 kilogram, upon 10 raised to minus 6 meter cube, because 1 centimeter equal to 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So 10 raised to minus 2 the whole cube equal to 10 raised to minus 6. which is equal to 11 on simplification. Minus powers are added, minus 3 minus 6 goes in the numerator, so that will become plus 6, minus 3 plus 6, which is equal to 10 raised to 3, and hence the final answer, that is equal to 11.3 into 10 raised to 3 kilogram upon meter cube, which is equal to, we place the decimal after the first digit, that is general rule, so which is equal to 1.13 into 10 raised to 4, one power will increase, 10 raised to 4 kilogram meter raised to minus 3, kg m raised to minus 3, the answer for second fill in the blank. Now next example, 2.2. Here also filling the blanks by suitable conversion of units. A part, 1 kilogram meter square per second square equal to dash gram centimeter square per second square. We refer the solution A part, which is equal to LHS 1 kg m square s raised to minus 2, which is equal to kg equal to 1 into 10 raised to 3 g, because 1 kilogram equal to 10 raised to 3 grams into 10 raised to 2 cm the whole square, because 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter, 10 raised to 2, s raised to minus 2 remains as s raised to minus 2, because in MKS and CGS, both these systems, the unit of time remains as second, that is s. This on simplification, you get 10 raised to 7 gram centimeter square upon second square, which is the final answer, 10 raised to 7. B part, 1 meter equal to dash light year, that is represented by Ly for light year. Now 1 Ly equal to 9.46 into 10 raised to 15 meter, which you have to learn by heart, which we have seen previously. So therefore 1 meter equal to 1 upon 9.46 into 10 raised to 15. On simplification, we get 1.057 into 10 raised to minus 16 Ly, which is the final answer. C part, C and D, two fill in the blanks are left. C part we refer first. Now in C part, 3 meter per second square has to be converted into kilometer per hour square. We refer the solution. 3 ms raised to minus 2 means 3 meter per second square equal to 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 kilometer, because meter to kilometer, smaller unit to larger unit, so 10 raised to minus 3, and second into hour, that is 1 upon 3600 the whole square. So here it's written 1 hour 36 equal to 3600 second. Substituting the values and on simplifying, we get the answer as 3.888 into 10 raised to 4. The previous answer, that is 38,880, 38,880 can also be written kilometer per hour square, but generally basic rule in physics is to write it in the form of decimal after the first digit, which is equal to 3.888 into 10 raised to 4. On rounding up the second decimal place, which is greater than 58, so one digit added previously, and on rounding up it becomes 3.9 into 10 raised to 4 kilometer per hour square. You can also write it as 3.8 only into 10 raised to 4, but recurring decimal is there, so 3.9 into 10 raised to 4 kilometer per hour square is written, which is the final answer. D part, value of capital G, which is given 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square upon kilogram square, has to be converted into centimeter cube. In the question previously has been given centimeter is printed, but you have to consider as centimeter cube upon second square gram upon second square into gram, means s raised to minus 2 g raised to minus 1. That is, we have to convert this value into CGS unit. Now for Newton meter square, we write the unit in fundamental form, and then here in bracket for Newton you can substitute kilogram meter per second square, which is given here. So on substituting the values of units, meter cube, it will become, on simplification, meter cube second raised to minus 2 kg raised to minus 1. Now here it will be 10 raised to minus 11 only, misprint is there, equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 only. In the next step it is written 10 raised to minus 11. Now from meter to centimeter, 10 raised to 2 the whole cube, then s remains as s only, and kg converted into grams equal 10 raised to 3 g raised to minus 1. So this on simplification gives you 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter raised to 3 s raised to minus 2 g raised to minus 1, which is the final answer. Now example 2.5. A new unit of length is chosen such that the speed of light in vacuum is unity. What is the distance between the sun and the earth in terms of the new unit if light takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to cover this distance? We refer the solutions. V equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second in vacuum, which is equal to capital C, say. Now new unit of speed equal to 1c, capital. Now we know that speed equal to distance upon time, that is v equal to small d upon small t, making d as the subject of the equation, that is equal to distance equal to speed into time, and here substituting the values of speed is given as 1c and time in the data is 8 minutes and 20 seconds. So 8 minutes plus 20 seconds added, 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. So this 60 into 8 equal to 480 seconds plus 20 seconds, which is equal to 500 seconds, and therefore 500 into 1c, which is equal to d equal to 500 new units, which is the final answer. Now next one. Example 2.10. State the number of significant figures in the following. A part. Now this can be taken as an objective. 0.007 meter square. Answer is 1. The significant digit is 7. Here it's written only 7. B. 2.64 into 10 raised to 24 kg. Answer is 3. That is 2, 6 and 4. 10 raised to power is not considered at all and not has to be taken into consideration. Next one. C. 0.2370 gram per centimeter cube. Answer is 4, that is 2, 3, 7 and 0. Here trailing 0 is significant, that is the last 0 is significant. D, D part is 6.320 capital J. The answer is 4. Here also, sorry, it is 6.320, yes, capital J, joule. Significant figures are 4, which are 6, 3, 2 and 0. Here also trailing 0 is significant. E, 6.032 Newton upon meter square. Here also the answer is 4, that is 6032 are significant. And the last one important, F, 0.0006032 meter square. Here also the answer is 4. The significant figures are 6, 0, 3 and 2 only. After decimal point, 3 zeros are not significant, but the 0 only after 6 is significant. Hence 4 number of significant digits is the answer. Example 2.11 can be of 3 marks. The length, breadth and thickness of a rectangular sheet of metal are 4.234 meter, 1.005 meter and 2.01 centimeter respectively. Give the area and volume of the sheet in correct significant figures. First two things are asked, area and volume. First we calculate the area. L, B and H data is written, and the last one H is converted into centimeter by dividing 2.01 upon 100, which is equal to 0.0201 meter, which is important. Now area of rectangular sheet equal to 2 times into bracket is very important for getting the correct answer, into LB plus BH plus LH, and equal to 2 times, substituting all the values, multiplying and then adding, and in the intermediate step taking one more extra digit after decimal into consideration from the point of view of significant figures. On simplification we get the next step written with pen here, equal to 2 into bracket simplification will be equal to 4.360, which is equal to 8.720. Now here we have to consider significant figures. Minimum in the given values are 3. In the case of height, that is H, 2.01, 3 significant digits which are minimum, 3 significant figures minimum. So area capital A after rounding up will be equal to 8.72, which is meter square, which is the final answer number 1. Now next one, to calculate volume. Now to calculate volume of rectangular sheet, formula is capital V equal to LBH, which is equal to, substituting the values of L, B and H from the data, we get this is equal to 0.085528917 meter cube. Now minimum significant figures are 3. So this volume V has to be rounded up to 3 significant figures only, and the correct answer will be equal to 0.0855 meter cube, which has been tick marked and indicated as the final answer number 2 for volume. Because 0.0855 it contains three significant figures only, 8, 5 and 5. After decimal the 0 is not significant, 0.0, that 0 is not significant. Now next example 2.12. The mass of a box measured by a grocer's balance is 2.300 kilogram. Two gold pieces of masses 20.15 gram and 20.17 gram are added in the box. What is A part, the total mass of the box, and B part, the difference in the masses of the pieces to correct significant figures? First we see the solution of A part to calculate total mass of the box. Now mass of box given in the data is 2.300 are not significant, so not taken into consideration, that is the two trailing zeros, and hence equal to 2.3 kg. Now mass of first gold piece 20.15 gram divided by 1000, which will be written as 0.02015 kg, converting gram into kilogram. Mass of second gold piece equal to 20.17 gram, again divided by 1000 equal to 0.02017 kilogram. Total mass equal to addition of 2.3 plus the first gold piece plus the second gold piece equal to 2.34032 kilogram. Now least significant figure in given values after decimal point. Here in addition we have to consider the decimal point for least significant figures, and that is only 1, that is after decimal in 2.3, 3 is the decimal place. So in the final result there should be 1 decimal point, and hence the total mass of box equal to 2.3 kg, which is answer number A, which remains the same as in the data. Now B part, difference in mass of gold pieces equal to, substitute the values of M1 and M2, that is these two values, and which is equal to 0.40 and 2 kg, which is the final answer. Now here in the case of difference also you have to retain as many decimal places as given in the data. Here after decimal 5 digits are there. Here in the final answer also, in the data given, that is only one decimal place, which is 2.3 kg, only one significant figure given in the previous description A part. Here after 0.00004 zeros are not significant and 2 digit is only significant. So here also in the answer this is written in after decimal place only one significant figure is there. So this is the final answer, only 2 is significant, has been tick marked in the final answer, kg. Example 2.13. A physical quantity P is related to 4 observable A, B, C and D as follows: P equal to A cube B square upon root C into D. The percentage errors of measurement in A, B, C and D are 1%, 3%, 4% and 2% respectively. What is the percentage error in the quantity P? Then again another question is there in the sub question: if the value of P calculated using the above relation turns out to be 3.763, to what value should you round off the result. We refer the solution of the first question, that is we want to calculate percentage error. Say this is the equation given and we substitute, instead of root we write c raised to 1 by 2. Now percentage error in P, multiply both the sides by 100 and on RHS the power will come as coefficient. So substituting the values, a cube means 3 times delta a upon a plus 2 times delta b upon b plus 1 by 2, that is in the case of root, into delta c upon c plus delta d upon d. Now this has to be noted of, as there is no power in d means d raised to 1, so plus delta d upon d only, and whole bracket multiply by 100. Now substituting the values of a, b, c and d, and on simplifying 2 and 4 will cut, and as a result the total percentage error in P equal to 13%, which is the answer number 1. Now next question. Now in the second question it is asked, if value of P turns out to be 3.763, to what value should you round off the result? In short, we have to round up the result. Now number of significant figures in percentage error of P is 2, because the answer is 13, 1 and 3 significant. So P value given is 3.763. Now after 7, 3 and in this digit 3 and 7 are significant, so you have to eliminate the digits after 7, and therefore the 6th digit has been encircled. Hence after rounding up to 2 significant figures, P equal to 3.8, which is the final answer number 2. Now example 2.24 and the last one. When the planet Jupiter is at a distance of 824.7 million kilometers from the Earth, its angular diameter is measured to be 35.72 seconds. 2 lines means seconds of arc. Calculate the diameter of Jupiter. Now here distance between Earth and Jupiter is given, capital D symbolized as capital D equal to 824.7 million kilometer. Now million kilometer convert into kilometer, so it has to be multiplied by 10 raised to 6. Now general formula, the angular diameter that denoted by alpha instead of theta, alpha I have written, equal to 35.72 seconds equal to 35.72 multiplied by 4.85 into 10 raised to minus 6 radian, RAD, because 1 second equal to 4.85 into 10 raised to minus 6 radian. That is the reason which we have already seen in illustrated example 1, that how it comes from minute to radian and from second to radian. Now formula of alpha equal to small d upon capital D, and we have to calculate small d, making as the subject of the equation equal to alpha into capital D, substituting the values of alpha and capital D. The simplification turns out to be equal to capital D equal to 1.429 into 10 raised to 5 kilometer, which is the final answer. Indicated here. Okay, and that ends this chapter thoroughly.